Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to have another young Indian with us, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Vishal Jaiswal. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Vishal.
Thank you so much, sir. First, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to bring my story uh, with the help of your platform. So, first, I want to introduce myself. Uh, Hello, everyone. I am Vishal Jaiswal. I come from a small village, Bansafa, and many people know this city, Jaunpur, as from the Mirzapur series, which
Mhm.
came, I think, 2 or 3 years back. It's on the Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
So, so it's all about my village is far away from the Jaunpur city. So I did my early schooling from there only. And currently I'm going to join the Pratancha Financial Services Limited, an NBMC owned by my father itself. So earlier, like in 2011 or 12, he got into microfinance, my father.
Mhm.
Microfinance company, Section 8 company, which used to generally fund the like loans in a group.
Mhm.
It's a type of joint lending group.
Mhm.
It The whole functioning of that microfinance company is little bit of similar to the self-help group,
Mhm.
the working model of that company.
Mhm.
So in 2018, he acquired this Pratancha Financial Services Limited, a non-banking financial company, which also worked on the same business model, but it has other two lending services like micro enterprises lending and joint lending group. So in the joint lending group, like it's a joint liability of everyone to pay the whole amount. And in the micro enterprises, we used to give the loans in between, I think, 50,000 to 2 lakhs. It varies from the 20,000 to 2 lakhs. So that's all about the business model of that NBFC. I'm going to join. I'm next week or next month.
Is it
Next week. It will
is
be
it a
September.
for-profit or the Section 8?
It's a non-pro. Huh?
It's a Section 8 company or what is
No,
it?
no, it's a not Section 8 company. Microfinance was the Section 8 company. That was the non-profit organization firm, and it's a NBFC, non-banking financial corporation.
Okay, so it's NBFC.
It's a NBFC.
Okay, but
So,
the microfinance part is also in NBFC.
it's there in NBFC. It's a part of that, but
Okay,
here you can make a profit.
okay,
The interest rate decided on the basis of the investors and all the other things, many factors will
okay. So there's
decide
no
what the interest rate will.
non-profit part to it. I just want to be clear. There is no,
It's a no, no, no.
it's a for-profit.
It's a for profit. It's a
Okay, okay,
okay.
fine, no problem. Just go
Because
ahead.
there is a different rule. NBFC generally licensed by the RBI, and
Yes,
the microfinance company, Section 8 company, I think it's given by the MCA. The
yeah,
license generally
yes,
given by MCA.
yes.
So
Okay,
that's the difference.
okay, take it.
Okay.
Go
Before
ahead.
that, I completed my master's in economics from Delhi School of Economics, and before that, I also did my undergrad from the DU only, like from the
Mm-hmm,
Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar College.
mm-hmm,
And after completing masters, I joined Asoka University as a teaching fellow there.
mm-hmm,
And my earlier schooling was whole like I brought up in my village, so my early schooling days was in my village only. So
mm-hmm,
from class first to class eighth, I went to the school nearby my hometown in village,
mm-hmm,
and I switched from that. Like I did earlier schooling in Hindi medium, totally all the subjects.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm,
studied in Hindi medium,
mm-hmm,
like science, social science, mathematics, every subject in
mm-hmm,
Hindi. I switched from Hindi medium to English medium in class ninth.
mm-hmm,
So that was the one of the challenging phase in early years.
mm-hmm,
So so there are different stages of my life, like from the early childhood to early school days, and then then switching to CBSE board, and then come to the college life, and then masters, and then teaching experience also. I had a little bit of, and then the new phase is going to start from the next month. So this is
Okay.
all.
So continue, please.
Okay. Then I will start. I will divide the whole journey from the starting to now, like in different stages, like from one, two, three. There are different stages. So I will like I want to tell this the whole story in form of like first stage will be like my early school days, and then second stage, secondary and senior secondary school days, and then college days, undergrad college days, and then the masters. And I also would like to share my experience from the Asoka University that I had, and then I also and the next coming journey that I'm going to start. I will share all those things. And every stage has its own learning. I learned many things from different stages of my life. So let me start with the first, like the early school days, and
Mhm.
my like since I brought up in the village. It's a very small village, Bansafa. My village name is Bansafa. Uh, it's very far from the city, Jaunpur city. It's a 30-kilometer far from the city. So I brought up there with my grandmother and the grandfather there. At that time, like in 2001 or 2002, my father used to work in Mumbai
Mhm.
at that time. Uh, and my mother was also there with him. So my initial upbringing was done by my grandmother and my grandfather. Like when I was I was very like five, 3, 4 years old. So
Mhm.
and then my all those initial years.
Mhm.
So and and the early schooling, I went to the primary school just nearby 100 meters to my
Mhm.
home. It's
Mhm.
very near to my
Mhm.
hometown. It's like approx 100-meter distance.
Mhm.
That's the state government. It's a
Mhm.
central government primary school. The name is Natkaveri School, Prathmik Vidyalaya.
Mhm.
So, but there was no appropriate schooling started it in
Mhm.
that early days. I started my appropriate schooling from the class first.
Mhm.
Before that, I just used to go to the school and just learn little bit of alphabets and those and numbers and come to the home. Not go. So the appropriate schooling started from class first. So I still remember that first day of my school when my grandfather used to take me on the cycle to the different school. That's the Saraswati Vidya Mandir. It's 3 or 4 kilometers from my hometown. So that was also a Hindi medium school.
Mhm.
So I remember that day. The and so from there my start school started from there only. And then I did my first class and second class there. Then due to some incident happened in the when I was in class 12, class second, I sorry, there was electric shock. I got electric shock at that time, and that's why my father called me to Mumbai to live with them. So I went to Mumbai and did my class third there. So I lived 1 year in Mumbai in class third, and then the whole family shifted to village after that in 2009.
Okay.
And then again, I went to the same school in which I went to in class first and second for class fourth.
Uh-huh.
The same school. Then after that, then in class fifth, what happened? One of my father's friend transferred to that primary school in the early days where I went. So he used to teach mathematics and others. He is very experienced person in the mathematics.
Mhm.
So he used to taught us mathematics.
Mhm.
So that's why he asked my father to take me to this school from
Okay.
that school. So I did my class fifth from there,
Mhm.
uh, and from there the base in the mathematics I got it becomes more stronger
Mhm.
because he used to taught very well that
Mhm.
subject and
Mhm.
the all different aspect of the mathematics.
Mhm.
And many times BLO and the district magistrate used to visit to inspect the school or whether things are going or not. So they come to school and they ask questions like very tricky questions in the mathematics or any other subject. So I used to answer that, and they give me some money like 100 rupee or 200 rupee and
uh,
some
uh,
gifts. Or
uh,
so that was the story of that primary school.
yeah.
And after that, there was no as such school nearby, like for the 6 to 8, like which used to like teach us the well. मतलब इतना अच्छा नहीं था कुछ भी उस
Hmm,
टाइम पे
hmm,
कि नियर बाई विलेज में कोई स्कूल नहीं थे. लाइक देन आई वेंट टू द मा शारदा इंटर कॉलेज. इट वाज इट्स देयर स्टिल. It's a 5 or 6 kilometer from my village.
hmm,
So I used to cycle there,
hmm.
cycle from my village to that school. And that was
At what
also a
age? At what age?
at what age? I think class fifth, I was 11 years, then
Uh,
maybe from the 12 to
it's
15
not.
years,
It's not too
14.
far. इतना जा सकते हैं.
Then I used to go 5 kilometers, then come
It's
five
not.
kilometers,
It's
and
no.
then
It's not.
at that time we used to enjoy that. We used to enjoy that. Like for us, it was fun to go
Yeah.
there and enjoy the whole journey. It was
Yeah.
not like something.
No.
Uh,
No.
so so uh, so their teachers, that was a co-ed school from 6 to 8, and
Hmm,
and 6 and from the 9 to 12, that was the girls school only.
hmm,
It was only co-ed from 6
hmm,
to 8. So
hmm,
from there, one of the directors, Dr. Jagdish Singh of that school,
hmm,
he used to motivate me a lot. Like he's very senior lawyer in the district court. So
hmm,
he used to like teach me. He comes very frequently, not very frequently. Some days come and some days, like there used to be a program on every Saturday there. Like the whole class will come to the ground, and there will be a program, cultural programs and quizzes, and many things happen. So those are the things I remembered from that school days. And after that, I because when my uncle advised me to switch from this Hindi medium to English medium, because it will be very difficult in future if you want to go for further studies or if you want to
hmm,
prepare for the UPSC. Because
hmm,
I started building aspiration towards UPSC in class fifth,
hmm.
because I was saying the DM and
Yeah. Yeah.
all those it used to come our schools. So
Yeah.
that gave me inspirations to go further. I like
Hmm,
to aspire
hmm,
for those services in
hmm,
future.
hmm, hmm.
So one of my uncle was doing BTech at that time. So
Yeah.
he was aware about the those UPSC services
Hmm,
and those UPSC and other civil services exams, that generally central government exams and all. He was preparing for these banking exams. So he advised me to go for to switch to English medium. Otherwise, it will be very difficult in the future.
hmm,
So I switched from Hindi to English medium at that
hmm,
time.
hmm,
And first 6 months was very difficult.
hmm,
Like I was very blank. Like in the class, I just go and come
hmm.
like every day. Like we shifted to Jaunpur city for that.
Yeah.
Like I got admission in St. Xavier's School, Jaunpur. It's in the
Hmm,
city,
hmm.
so it's a 30 kilometers far away
Yeah.
from this. We shifted as a whole family.
Hmm.
My grandmother used to live there in village, but
Yeah.
my father and my mom and other siblings, we shifted there
Hmm,
for my studies, and my father had microfinance business there also,
hmm, hmm,
branch in the
hmm,
Jaunpur city. So
hmm.
we shifted there, and I used to go and come regularly, and but I was very blank first 6 months. What is going on? Like subjects are like for me, I studied everything in Hindi, na. So like in the science, I read everything in Hindi, like every terms. I didn't know at that time what is that word means in Hindi.
Uh,
And what
Vishal,
happened?
let me
I
stop you. Let me stop you.
uh,
I'm laughing because this is what happened in my family. Okay.
uh,
One of my older brothers, because my father was an IAS officer, but we used to be in small towns of Rajasthan. So he studied in Hindi medium
hmm,
because there was no English medium school. When
ha,
we
ha,
came to Jaipur in
uh,
class six, my mother didn't want him to go to Hindi medium school. And
Mm-hmm.
she wanted him to go like I was admitted to Xavier, so I'm the same school. And but they said ki we can't admit him because he's zero in English and we are teaching in
Ha
English.
ha.
Right, same
I think
thing.
same thing.
He was
Same thing
zero,
happened to me also.
zero.
Ha ha.
So only cricket commentary sometimes he used to hear in English. That was all. But
Ha.
finally, my mother prevailed, and he got admitted to Xavier's in English, and
Ha ha.
naturally he failed. He said, "I like you." He says, "Coach समझ नहीं आता लोग."
हाँ कुछ नहीं समझ में आता
So
लाइक
anyway, then this, but my mother was very determined. She says, "ठीक है, it's okay. You stay
I
there."
think same thing happened to me also. Like my mother prevailed everything. Like she
Uh,
forced my father to come and sit there
no,
so
my
that they can
mother
go
didn't
there.
force my father, but she forced the school. She says, "Ki by two younger sons you have admitted because
हाँ
they
हाँ
didn't go to Hindi medium school and they didn't go to English medium school also much, but they are at least knowing something. But this fellow is already told, they said, no, now he can't learn English and nothing doing. Iska admission kar do." So they admitted him. And then, of course, he became very fluent in English. And
हाँ हाँ
now he's passed away, but he wrote a story which is on my website, indiaofthepast.org.
okay. I would
And
like to read that.
please read it. And
I
it
got
is
yeah
written,
I will.
the title is Sala Main Bhi Sahib Ban Gaya. Because he actually did UPSC and
हाँ
he
हाँ
became a very senior officer. But when he
okay.
finished high school, uh, my mother said, "See, I told you कि तू pass हो जाएगा." He did well. I mean, he's not a topper or anything,
हाँ
but he did well. And then, of course, in college, he went and he started an English magazine.
हाँ हाँ.
So, I am just laughing because my brother went to same Xavier school and he also failed.
The very similar story of me.
My mother said, "फेल हो जा तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता."
I
कोई
was also scared. Like in
you
starting
were
first
only
6 months,
you didn't fail, but he failed.
like I got very less marks in first half yearly. Like
Oh,
just pass in subject. I have a strong base in the mathematics, so that's why I
and
did well in the mathematics. In other subject, I
unfortunately,
was like,
unfortunately, my brother Subhash, he has perhaps the weakest base in mathematics in the world. So he
but for
could
me it was
not,
just opposite side.
he did not know English, and he could
Uh,
never understand mathematics. So, even in his old, he said, "तूने सारा ले लिया मैथमेटिक्स, मेरे को कुछ नहीं
uh,
छोड़ा है." So anyway, it's
uh,
a good story. I am very much in, you know, I also studied till, let us say, class one, and then most of class one in Hindi medium school. And then I was also admitted to English medium school. I used to hate it. I used to run home every day. Every day I used to run home. I say, क्या है यार?
समझ
But
में नहीं आ
anyway,
रहा कुछ.
huh? I
Like
hate it.
समझ में
Huh?
हाँ
Yeah, so I said, and also, we were in small town, so ठीक है, चलता
हाँ
है, पढ़ाई लिखाई
चलता
चलती है.
हाँ
But
हाँ.
now it was very formal. And I hated it. But ultimately, of course, I learned it. हमारे घर में भी लोग सब जानते हैं. My mother was fluent in English. She was born in 1920, but she was fluent in English,
Oh, that's nice.
written and oral both. So she says,
हाँ
मेरा
हाँ
बेटा इंग्लिश नहीं सीखेगा तो कैसे काम चलेगा?
हाँ वो भी है.
She was fluent, in English. And my
हाँ हाँ.
father was, of course, very fluent. Everybody was fluent. But educate, anyway, tell your story. I'm sorry, but
हाँ
I'm
हाँ.
just
So
laughing.
like it's nice to hear the same similar story.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
chalo, let's
Then
continue.
so the my base in mathematics just because become stronger also from the childhood because of my father also.
Uh,
He did BSc in mathematics from the district university. the
Hmm.
Purvanchal University. So
Hmm.
I used to learn mathematics subject from them in the starting years,
Hmm.
like from the childhood. He used to
Hmm.
taught us the mathematics.
Hmm.
So that's why these are the things that happened. So
Hmm.
first, I also remember one story in my school. Like I called, one of this teacher teaching us mathematics at that time, and he was making some mistake at that time in BODMAS question.
Yeah.
Like he was not able to placing the bracket at a right place. I wanted to point out that mistake.
Yeah.
So called I point out that mistake and I spelled in Hindi कि ये कोष्टक क्यों लगाया है कोष्टक नहीं होना चाहिए यहाँ पे like in the
Yeah.
bracket we called in Hindi कोष्टक so
Ah.
everyone started laughing what is the कोष्टक because every people in the class from the convent school from the start they are starting so they even don't know
Ah.
the Hindi meaning of that so I remember that but it's all
I,
about
I
hard
have to stop you again, Vishal. My
okay
mother
okay
knew Bodmas. She taught me
huh.
Bodmas. Can't believe, she was so educated for her time when most
Hmm.
women didn't even have, but she knew Bodmas. So she knew more mathematics than my brother.
Oh.
उसको बॉडमास का भी समझ ही नहीं आया. Till all his life he said सुबोध ये होता क्या है. तेरे पता नहीं. So good
हाँ.
that you got
But
all.
in childhood, many people scared of mathematics. Like, but for me, it was like, nay, my
Okay, let's
favorite subject. It was
continue.
my favorite subject from the starting
Uh,
days. So from there, then I just passed my half yearly exam, and I used to cheat in the exam. So, like सामने जो बैठता था मेरे जो पीछे, I said tell like आप मुझे ये बता देना मैं आपको मैथमेटिक्स बता दूंगा मेरे पीछे जो बैठता था मैं क्या थोड़ा ये बता देना मैं तो आपको ये बता दूंगा तो ऐसा करके जस्ट पास हो गया उस टाइम पे
mm,
so but I realized that कि, I can't do in this way like if I have to do something.
mm,
So I started working hard. I also joined a coaching center uh, uh, to like learn other subjects, like which I was not aware of the in Hindi. I was
mm,
not aware of that in English.
mm,
So after that, I started working hard for every subject
mm,
other than mathematics also.
mm,
So and I worked hard, and in the class 10, I got 10 GPA in whole
mm,
class. Like no
mm,
one got that 10 GPA. Like that motivated me a lot. Like
mm,
at that point of time, like everyone is like all other students. Their schooling was from their schooling generally uh, they are coming from that English background from the starting years. But for me, it's the whole subject is very new. Was very new for me, na. So
mm,
that's why that 10 GPA motivated me to do more, like do more hard work, like
mm,
for 11th and 12th. But
mm,
still, that aspiration for UPSC was there.
mm,
Like I wanted to take humanities
mm,
in class 11th and 12th, but there was not there was no single school which offered humanities in
mm,
11th and
mm,
12th courses.
mm,
Every school offered just PCM or PCMB or
mm,
PCB and
mm,
commerce. There
mm.
was not a single school which offered humanities course in English medium.
Right,
There
right.
are lots of schools which offered in Hindi medium but not in English medium because it's a
Ye-
very uh, and in Delhi or Lucknow, students get offered schools
Yes,
offered them humanities courses, and there are lots of
correct.
combination of courses. But in those in our areas, there was not a single school at that time.
Mm,
So I decided to go for the PCM, then physics, chemistry, and math because I had background in math, so I don't wanted to drop that subject in my 11th and 12th. And then completed, I think I completed in 2016 my class 10 and 2018 my intermediate
mm.
with 85%, almost 85%. And then I decided to go for the UPSC fully after that. So I applied in all central universities for the
Mm,
BA courses.
mm,
And at that time, I was even not aware of the difference between what is the difference between BA honors and the BA program courses.
Mhm.
Because Delhi University offer two type of courses, honors courses and program courses. But in our district, Jaunpur, there was only one course. It's a program course. Like
Mhm.
you will get two, you have to select, I think, two or three courses,
Mhm.
three different subjects. Like if you are taking BA program, BA course, like you can select geography, pol science, history, combination of three subjects for first 2 years, and you have to drop one subject in the third year.
ठीक है.
But
Mhm.
but in DU it's a very different. Like you will do the whole specialization in one subject all through the year, 3 year program, and you have you have to select one elective courses
Mhm.
for the first 2 years, at
Mhm.
least one elective courses. So at that time, I applied in all central universities,
Mhm.
BHU and Allahabad University, the all two universities, and the DU also. But I was not aware of the ranking of the colleges and the whole admission process because there was no internet access at that time, no
Right.
mobile phones. Like we
Right.
used to read. I used to learn the English words from the dictionary, like what are the meaning of different words. So I used dictionary a lot at that time. I got my first smartphone, personal smartphone, in my second year of my college.
Right.
So before that, the everything just you have to read and just read and from the books and other resources which are available in offline mode, not in
Yeah.
soft copy.
Yeah.
So that was the case. So I applied for the geography course
Mhm.
in the DU.
Mhm.
I did not clear the entrance in VHU. I cleared in Allahabad University, and but I did not went there because I wanted to come Delhi to pursue my the dream and aspiration for the UPSC. So I wanted to come here, like come to Delhi, but uh, the cutoff was like very high for the different colleges, and my I got 85%, and even at that time I was not aware of the fact that they used to uh, uh, like made the cutoff on the basis of best four subject,
Yes.
not best five subject. But what I was checking, I calculated my score on the basis of all the five subject, and I
Yeah.
am checking from that, I am comparing that score with the best four subjects.
Yes.
So that's why I think I missed some of the colleges in mm, like in the first cutoff list. So, and I cleared the first cutoff for the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar College. It's a part of the Delhi University. It's in the off campus. It's in the located in Yamuna Vihar.
Mhm.
It's not in the north campus, not in the
Right.
south campus. It's very
Right.
different. It's funded
Mhm.
by state.
Mhm.
Like there are few university, few colleges which are completely funded by state, and
Mhm.
all other colleges are funded by uh, central government.
Yes.
So my college was funded by the state government at that time. So I decided to go for BA honors geography and BA honors political science. I applied for those two subjects, and I was not able to get there for the first cutoff because there was a deadline after the notification. Like you will get 3 days, and within 3 days you have to come to Delhi, take the admission and the whole process, submit all the documents. Every cutoff, like you
Mhm.
will get only 3 days. So first cutoff I missed that just because I did not get train tickets, and there was many things happened at that time, so I was not able to reach there, so I missed that cutoff. So in the second cutoff I came to Delhi, and I still remember the first day of to Delhi, the from Jaunpur to Delhi journey. What happened at that time? uh, I was not getting a ticket uh, for to come there. But we traveled to Pratapgarh. It's a neighboring district
Mhm.
from the Jaunpur.
Mhm.
So we went there and take a general ticket
Mhm.
and sit in the sleeper coach
Yeah.
and went from there to Delhi. What
Yeah.
and in the night, what happened? TT came
Yeah.
and he was saying, TT came. He was saying, "You have general ticket. Why you are sitting there in the sleeper class? It's still not allowed, na." So
Not right.
it's not allowed. If you're general ticket and you are not allowed to sit there in the sleeper coach. So he was saying just like उतर जाओ यहाँ से, कि नेक्स्ट स्टेशन जो भी आएगा वहां से उतर जाओ और जनरल में चले जाओ, या तो कोई दूसरा ट्रेन देख लो. So we went and asking for the money at that time, like 2000, 3000. But we had not that amount of money at that
Hmm.
time. So because we are going for the admission and the next day I have to go for the admission, we can't take risk. So because I already missed my first cutoff. In the
Yeah.
second cutoff, I can't miss that.
Hmm.
So we went in the sleeper class at a night, 2, 3 p.m. In the night, हम ट्रेन से उतर के जनरल क्लास में चले गए, लाइक एंड यू नो द कंडीशंस ऑफ जनरल क्लास, people don't get seat there, like somehow we got the seat there and reached Delhi, like we मतलब बैठ के ही गए थे पूरी रात, हम सोए भी नहीं थे पूरी
Hmm.
रात, एंड द नेक्स्ट डे कॉलेज पहुंचना था. एंड देयर व्हाट हैपेंड देयर, then the admin department was saying that you missed the first cutoff, we can't offer you the seat for the geography course,
Hmm.
and was saying that you will get the seat only if the seat remains vacant at the end of the last cutoff. There used to be happen like 8, 9, or 10 cutoff lists come, like in 2018. So I was like, if I miss first, and if I also not take admission in this cutoff, there is lots of uncertainty. There could be happen that I will not get the admission in DU
Hmm. Hmm.
because I can't take risk at that
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
So then I asked from my father what to do next.
Hmm.
So I applied for pol science. They are also not giving me their subject. But there was higher cutoff for the economics courses, and which I was meeting.
Hmm.
Like I was eligible for that course,
Hmm.
the economics course.
Hmm.
But professors were scaring me that you will not able to pass that course. It's very difficult course. And I was also not aware of the course. Like मैं ई भी नहीं जानता था इकोनॉमिक्स का उस टाइम पे. Like for me that subject is very new. So I was not aware of the fact that also कि वो मैथ इतना क्वांटिटेटिव नेचर का वो सब्जेक्ट होगा और इतना मतलब इतना अप्लाइड कोर्स होगा. एट दैट टाइम आई वाज नॉट अवेयर. तो फिर उस टाइम पे फिर मैंने कहा कि अब रिस्क नहीं ले सकते, अब तो करना है, अब क्या कर सकते हैं, अदर कोर्स नहीं मिले तो यही कोर्स ले लेते हैं
Hmm.
उस टाइम पे. तो फिर मैंने उस टाइम पे ले लिया, मैंने कहा देख लेंगे अब जो होगा आगे. तो उस टाइम ये समझ में आ रहा था कि लाइक नंबर कम होने पे कोर्स नहीं मिलता है, नंबर ज्यादा होने पे भी कोर्स नहीं मिल रहा. तो फिर so journey started from there in the economics. The like accidentally I got that economics course. I never decided to go. Will come to that economics field and everything. So at one side of my mind, that UPSC thing was going on. I still have to do that. I want to prepare for that, so I will start that preparation maybe from the second semester or the second year. But so that's why I also selected in elective political science. Like it's just another subject you have to select, like in the with economics course, like in the honors courses you have the economics course, BA honors economics, and with that you have to select one elective course. It could be any subject, whether mathematics, geography, pol science, or any subject. I wanted to take mathematics, but I didn't take at that time because I wanted to prepare for UPSC, because the whole GS syllabus are almost covered with this geography and political science and the economics, like G1, G2, G3, and G4. So most of the papers are from geography, political science, and the economics. So that's why I decided to take the political science. But uh, it was like professor come and used to tell a story in a class, and we listen that and just come to home in the pol science. But I was not able to build up that kind of interest in that subject. Uh, the kind of interest I developed in the economics. So first, starting few days, I started reading the class 11, 12 books because I don't know anything ना. So that's why I went for that. कि चलो पहले 11 12 पढ़ लेते हैं, सब कुछ तो थोड़ा बहुत क्या पता बेस बन जाए या समझ में आए क्लास में. नहीं तो आई यूज टू बी लाइक ब्लैंक इन द क्लास. व्हाट प्रोफेसर इज टीचिंग, आई जस्ट गो टू द क्लास and attend the class and come to the home. First few, first 1 month. Then one of my seniors suggested me कि एक PMG कोचिंग क्लासेस है इन द नॉर्थ कैंपस, who used to taught the economics first semester microeconomics course free of cost. Professor Manoj Garg used to taught the microeconomics free of cost in the first sem, but he charged price for the second and third and fourth semester. But he taught us very well. Like he used very layman language. Like in the class, in the college, professor used to talk in English only. Like all the subjects taught in English. I was like थोड़ा सा समझ में आता था, थोड़ा सा नहीं समझ में आता, ऊपर ऊपर से ज्यादा सब. But he used the layman language, like the way we used to we used to habitual of learning the things, not completely in English, not completely in the mix of both. So वहां से वो इंटरेस्ट डेवलप हुआ, लाइक रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल से रिलेट करके चीजों को पढ़ाते थे वहां पे. लाइक द लॉ ऑफ डिमांड, ही यूज्ड टू लॉ ऑफ not law of demand, that's the satisfaction. Like if you're the law of diminishing marginal utility,
Hmm.
like he was explaining, it's like if you consume more and more roti, then your utility for further roti will diminish.
Hmm.
So for that exception, he used to give the example of beer. Like if you consume more and more beer, you will demand more and more beer, and your satisfaction will increase. So
Hmm.
that's the thing. Those are the stories which, like, it was like, we are learning something, not just mugging up those technical things.
Hmm.
Like it's all about the real life things
Hmm.
which we can relate to the particular subject
Hmm.
and the theory and the concepts.
Hmm.
So from there, I built up the interest in the economics, and then continued with that subject and completed my undergrad from there in 2021. And I got a like decent score, decent GPA, 8.54 GPA. I got 10 GPA in micro in the first sem, and the 10 GPA in macro in second sem, uh, and the mathematics 9, and so that was all. सो उस समय उतना तो समझ में आता चीजें, बट वही वहां से पीएमजी सर से बहुत हेल्प हो गया, बिकॉज क्लास में कुछ नहीं समझ में आता था. प्रोफेसर पढ़ाते तो थे, बट दे टॉट टोटली इन इंग्लिश, तो थोड़ा बहुत रिलेट करके समझ में आ जाता था, थोड़ा बहुत नहीं आता था. तो बट धीरे धीरे बिल्डअप हुआ. फिर थर्ड सेमेस्टर तक एवरीथिंग वेंट वेल, बट देन कोविड केम इन 2020 आई थिंक.
Hmm.
हाँ, 2020 I think COVID came. 2019, but it like peak was in 2020,
Hmm.
the starting years of 2000, and one incident also happened with me in 2019 winter. I came to after the semester in break, from in class third semester break, class third and class fourth. There was a break in between. So I came back in winter, and there was one incident happened, the facial paralysis at
Hmm.
that time. So it was very rare that in 20s you get this type of disease like facial paralysis. So that was very tragic moment for me. Like so, but it, and because of that, I was not able to attend my, like in the fourth semester. 2 3 months of I missed 2 3 months of college. But after that I went, but then again come to home because of the COVID. So
Hmm.
all the fourth semester I was not studied that much. तो वो पूरा बेकार हो गया था उस टाइम पे, कुछ कुछ भी नहीं हुआ था फोर्थ सेम में. Then I think for me COVID break was like plus point. Like I got break and the treatment went well, and I again started my studies and everything, and I started. And then in second last year I started to prepare for entrance exam. I decided to go for the master, because before that I was not aware of the what are the colleges are there for the masters and their rankings, and which colleges are good in the masters in economics. So I researched a lot at that time. There were at that time, it's still there, the top colleges, ISI, DSC, and JNU, Madras School of Economics, IJDR. So those colleges I targeted at that time. I cleared the DSC and JNU and University of Hyderabad and Gokhale. Some of the colleges I cleared the entrance for the masters. But my dream college was ISI and IGIDR.
Hmm.
Uh, because the batch size is very small, like
Yeah.
30 and 40 max.
Uh, uh,
So that's why I wanted to go for there, because in DSC we have 300 plus batch size
mm,
in a class, and so that's why. So then I started my masters there. So uh, the background was good, like in economics. Built up the strong background from my undergrad days, but I was very introvert person in undergrad. Like I, I did not talk to anyone in the class. Very few friends. I just go to the college, attend the class, and come to the home. Just. I never talked to anyone, and I was very shy in asking the questions in the class. Uh, because I was very new to Delhi in my undergrad, from coming from that small village and everything, from the background that I was coming from. So that's why I was very shy in asking the questions in the class, because people used to ask, many students asked questions, but I had doubt but not able to ask the questions. But I always wanted to improve on that. कि नहीं मुझे भी क्वेश्चन पूछना है क्लास में, like if you doubt, if you're not asking the questions, then it will be very difficult to understand the concept. And in masters we never used to go in, I never attended any coaching or anything for the masters courses. In undergrad I did attend the coaching, because I have no background in the economics at that time, but the the flow was there, and I had built up that base in the economics, so I decided to go for my own in the masters. So ऐसे चलता रहा फिर masters में भी first sem was totally online. I was not able to interact with any person in the class, because in the group many students message text, but I was like मैं क्या मैसेज करूँ यहाँ पे. So वो टाइम उतना अच्छा नहीं चल रहा था. So but in from the second semester of the masters, तो जो ऑफलाइन हो गया ना, तो वहां पे एक होता नहीं है कि लाइक इफ यू स्टार्टेड इंटरेक्टिंग विद डिफरेंट स्टूडेंट्स, देन वो बिल्डअप होता है, डिस्कशंस होता है, लाइक यू डिस्कस द टॉपिक्स, डिफरेंट इश्यूज. So we used to discuss a lot in the front of JPT stall and in the canteen, and we used to sit a lot in the library, Ratan Tata library, like whole day, attend the class and sit whole day in the library, and meanwhile we discussed a lot. I have lots of friends from DSC. I built up a lots of friendship there, and I like opened up there. Before that, I was like, I was not approaching with to anyone. I was very shy, and uh, always have a fear to approach to a professor. I don't know why
mm,
at that time. बट लेकिन वहां पे ये चीजें बिल्डअप किया, मैंने अपने ऊपर काम किया कि नहीं, ऐसे नहीं होगा. इफ यू वांटेड टू बिल्ड a career in economics or anything, so but you have to be like go and ask the questions. Otherwise I will not be able to get the particular subject or any topics. So I started on those things, I started working on those things, कि नहीं अब हर प्रोफेसर को अप्रोच करने लगा उस टाइम पे. Like there are senior professors like Professor Mosmi Das, Professor Adit Bhattacharya, Professor JV Minachi. They used to taught us, Professor Sunil Kanwar. So I attended their classes, and there are lots of learning and also motivating me. Like uh, uh, I also remember the story of Professor Bhattacharya. Like at the age of 80, his hands were shaking, but still he's teaching in the class. Like that's itself, it's inspiring. Like at the age of these people who started giving up in their 20, 15, 20s nowadays. But it's like nowadays, if you we see there are lots of suicidal rates, but he still has that motivation to teach in the class. He used to taught us industrial organization course.
mm,
So it was totally game theory course, applied game theory course. So that was all in the masters, and many things. I learned many things in the masters.
mm,
Like I completely changed, like from
mm,
my undergrad to masters.
mm.
But still that aspiration of UPSC, वो थोड़ा सा था मेरे अंदर कि नहीं अभी करेंगे, नहीं करना है. फिर after completing the master, I decided to pursue my career in economics only. कि अब नहीं जाना है उस साइड, because I saw there the भीड़. जो क्राउड होता है मुखर्जी नगर में. आई यूज्ड टू लिव इन द मुखर्जी नगर.
Hmm.
इट्स अ हब ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ ऑल द यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट.
Hmm.
सो मैं वहीं पे रहता था उस टाइम पे, द ऑल 5 years देयर. सो वो वहां पे इतना तो समझ में आ गया था कि मतलब बस भीड़ है और एक बना हुआ है सिर्फ कि बहुत बढ़ा चढ़ा के दिखाया जा रहा है चीजों को, बट दैट्स नॉट द थिंग इन रियलिटी. Reality is very different from what is showing these coaching institutes,
Hmm.
because they are बहुत ज्यादा ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे थे वो चीजों को लेकर
Hmm.
कि यूपीएससी में आप करके ऐसा कर लेंगे, बट
Hmm.
दैट वाज नॉट ऑल अबाउट रियलिटी. एंड द if you calculate the percentage probability of getting that into the UPSC, the selection rate is 0.0001%. Like it's
Hmm.
a very marginal. Like if you're going, you you are not you can't be sure कि होगा ही होगा वहां पे, कोई श्योरिटी नहीं था. So I decided to pursue my career in future in economics only. Like then I got to know about the RBI DPR exam, Department of Economic and Policy Research in the RBI. It's a department which totally focus on the policy making and all the research related things like their monthly bulletin and their annual financial statements and everything, all those reports they make. So for that criteria was, it's still the criteria is same. Like you have to be masters in economics with 55 or 60%. I got, I think, I got 74%. 74% in 70% around, approx 70% in DSC. So I decided to go for prepare for that. And the Indian Economic Service, the all the policy making thing, like in the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and all the policy making, those policy makers can really make an impact at the ground level.
Hmm.
Like all the yojana which are coming for the rural areas. And since I'm from the I'm from the rural background, so I know what people face,
Hmm.
what are the corruptions going on in
Hmm.
every schemes. There are
Hmm.
different schemes now. Like
Hmm.
if you see Manrega, PDS, ration shops, and but there are lots of corruptions going on
Hmm.
in those. So I saw those corruptions. So I wanted to go there and do some work in the policy making. So I
Hmm.
decided to prepare for that. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Hmm. I'm listening. Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
So, but in meanwhile, I also wanted a job. Like the job, I in the DSC, many students come just for the placement only.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the placement rate is very high.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's a 90% placement rate. If
Hmm.
2,220 students are sitting for the placement, then approx 200 students got the seat, got the placement. In our batch, it was like 220, 190 plus student placed at that time, in 2023.
Mhm.
But I do not want to go in the corporate. I had I started building in habit of teaching. I had that I wanted to pursue go for the academia or to go for this prepare for these services and go for the policy making thing. And but this somehow Professor Mosmidar sent us an notification related to the teaching fellow job from the Asoka University. She shared with us at that time, and so I applied for that. I got there, and the interview was it was like for other my colleagues, they asked about their subject specific, but my interview was very different there. The professor uh, which took my interview, Professor Aparajita Das and Professor Anuradha Saha, taken the interview at that time. So Professor Aparajita Das worked in the health economics and the environmental economics and my agriculture economics. So and my research area was almost aligned with that because I also did some of the my projects in agriculture economics and health economics in the papers like causal inference, which was taught by Professor J.V. Meenakshi, and the economics of health and education. I did two term projects there. One project in agriculture, impact of agriculture insurance, how this insurance helped the people to uh, get out of the poverty, whether these insurance are helping them to get out of the poverty or not. That was the one project, and the second project, on the similar line, whether these health insurance are helping the people to get off out of the poverty line, whether they are not affecting, whether these projects, these Ayushman Bharat Yojana and different insurance schemes, whether they are helping to get them out of the poverty line or whether they help them to reduce their out-of-pocket expenditures. I think these two projects, I and Subham, we did in a joint project. Subham Rana, he was the batchmate. He's the batchmate, and he's one of my good friends. So we did these two projects together. And my whole discussion in the interview was on that project only. So I was like, they didn't ask me any subject. So I was like, होगा कि नहीं होगा मुझसे कुछ पूछा ही नहीं. The whole interview was on that project, but somehow I got selected there and I went there. I worked there in 2024. I went there, Asoka University, as a teaching fellow. So in the teaching fellow job is very different from the actual visiting faculty or other guest faculty. It's a kind of tutorial. We used to take kind of tutorial for the students. What we used to do, there were different sections assigned to you from the particular class. Like I got macroeconomics in my first semester. I had a contract for 2 years, but I did only for 1 year. Like in the first sem, I got macroeconomics and only macroeconomics subject for the second year students.
Yeah.
And in this second semester, I got the macroeconomics for the masters first year students. I used to take the tutorial of theirs and behavioral economics with Professor Sijita Ghosh. So now, and the behavioral economics course was very new to me at that time because I never studied that subject in DSC. Professor Saurav Sarkar used to offer that course, but I did not take in that course. I generally I selected all the courses of the macroeconomics or theory courses, which were very applied game theory courses and empirical courses like topics in econometrics and applied econometrics and then causal inference courses and time series. These are the courses. So because of the interest in those empirical things, because causal inference thing, whether that particular thing is what is the particular major factor that is influencing something. If I want to measure something, quantitative effect of anything. So that's why I had that interest, and I also had interest in the game theory because lots of uncertainty and the game part, like one player is doing something, one player is doing something, and in the market, how one player take his actions based, and he don't know anything about what their rivals will do. So all those things are very interesting to learn. So all the real based applications in those courses, in the empirical courses. So on the basis of that, they offered me these subjects, macroeconomics and the whole semester, all the first year only macroeconomics and behavioral economics course. So I worked with Professor Piali Banerjee and Professor Abhishek Rai in the macroeconomics course in the first semester, and then Professor Ronit for the macroeconomics course, and Professor Sista with behavioral economics course. And from there, I started build up interest in the behavioral economics because it's all about human decision, human psychology, and that was cross-listed course with psychology and economics student. You get to know the ideas of the psychology student also and the economics student. Psychology students are generally prepared and they were giving the logics, more intuition based logics, and the economics students were trained with the technical skills like programming skills and the mathematical skills, but the psychology students generally are not trained with that those kind of quantitative things. So my task was to explain them economics in their way, not not in like technical way. So more of the things need to explain them in very layman language so that they can understand everything, because they had no base in the economics. They are psychology student and they are studying behavioral economics. So, but that course was very fascinating. Like it's all about how human makes decisions.
Hmm.
Like in that course, I realized that rational, the consumer is rational. That's nothing sort of that. Like in micro, in every theory, like people, every uh, economist assume like consumer is rational. But in that course, on the that rationality part, there was lots of work happened there in the behavioral economics course, and lots of work has happened in the uncertainty part, risk part, and how an human being, how a person, how a consumer, how a producer make this his decisions in when there is uncertainty, when there is risk involved, and over the period of time, how you make decisions if there is uncertainty involved over the period of time. So all those factors are there, and Professor Kahneman's papers, Professor discussed the Professor Kahneman paper, which was I think highest cited paper in the economics. So I think it's on the bias and something like that. I'm not able to remember the exact title of that paper. And nowadays I'm still exploring that subject. I wanted to study more about that subject besides other things. So, but again that injury happened like in the last sem. I was preparing for a trek and I used to play badminton regularly there. Like there, I got there a proper wooden court and used to enjoy that. I had like I generally I'm a sports person. Like I used to play lots of sports. In childhood, we played lots of regional sports. Like every regional sports. Like nowadays, people don't know the name of those sports like Chiddur and Chilti and there are Gilli Danda and many regional sports, but and the badminton, cricket. We used to play the whole day cricket in winters, in holidays. So there was something I wanted to I wanted to make it as a hobby always, but never get that infrastructure for that. But in Ashoka University, I got that infrastructure there, proper wooden court. I go like all the tennis, all the racket sports. I played squash there, TT and badminton and snooker. I learned many sports there only, and I also tried shooting also there. So that's all. And I think in the contract was over in 2024 August. I had extended my contract, and then next time I got with Professor Aswani, the statistic course. She taught static course to second year students. But at the same time, I was struggling with my injuries. Like in the March or April, I went on a trek, Chandrashila Summit. Like I always wanted to something like I wanted to go on the mountains. uh, the first time I went on the mountains after completing the DSC, directly to Kashmir. I went to Gulmarg and Pahalgam, and we stayed in Kashmir with my friends. From there, I wanted to do like again wanted to go there, like any other mountains. So I went to Uttarakhand, Chansila Summit for Chansila Summit. I booked the 5 day trip with India Hikes. So while preparing for that trip, I think that injury happened, but I was not. There was no as such major pain. Little bit of pain, and I was using supporter for playing badminton at the same time. I used to running 5 kilometers a day at that time because there was a criteria. If you're going on a trek, you have to give you like record that you are running for 5 kilometers a day, because sometimes it happens on a particular track. There could be the lots of ascent, lots of descent on the same day. It's not very similar, the whole trek. And it happened on the last day, like first 2 day, it was very less. We have to cover very less distance, like 10, 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers or 8 to 10 kilometers. But on the summit day, we have to cover 18 kilometers, 9 kilometer ascent and then 9 kilometer descent on the summit day. And the whole night there was a snowfall. The 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 half of the leg was going under the snow. It becomes very difficult. Like generally that they define that trek from easy to moderate, but it became moderate to difficult on the but that summit day. But I did not realize that I had pain in the before the summit day in the night, but in when I woke up in the 4 a.m. in the morning, it was like everything went. I don't know what happened at that time. Maybe it was excitement or anything. I think so. I went for the summit day and completed the trek. But after I think 1 or 2 months, I realized कि कुछ तो हुआ है, but कुछ तो problem है, because I was not able to walk properly. There was lots of instability in walking. So वो problem start हो गई थी after 2 months, 3 months. And in meantime, I also learned swimming because there was a physio in the Soka University. He was saying that "Okay, you can learn swimming, you can do that because there is nothing like that." He assessed me. There was nothing sort of any major injury. So I ignored that at that time, and I started swimming, learning swimming. So I learned swimming the 1.5 month, and but after 2, 3 months, like uh, from the 3, 4 months, it's a building up. The proper the whole injury. I think it's a build up. It built up from last 3, 4 months. So I went for MRI and then they said it's a partial ligament tear. And in the both knee there was some issue. And I already had a back injury before that. So all those things cumulatively started affecting me. So that's why I decided to discontinue and resign from the Asoka University. Then came home and currently I'm in Lucknow.
Okay.
So I have all the rehab program um, is going on and still working on that. So I
Okay.
think that's all.
Vishal, very good. Thank you so much. It's a inspiring story. It's a very inspiring story. And of course, I say that you are like my brother, my older brother, उसने भी कुछ अफील किया. So good. Thank you so much for this. We have a feature, the last word, the final word. So what's your final word? What's your message to the world?
I think for me the final word is like the life has its own plan. I think for me the many random things has happened. Like you don't have a control on many things. Only thing that we have a control on us is like all the hard work we can do and the determination and the like the willingness and to do that hard work and just do your work on yourself and doesn't matter don't think about other things in the life that is going on. Because the god has a very good plan for us, and it's the only thing you have to do, just do your work and be honest with yourself.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So thank you, Vishal. It was a pleasure to listen to you. And you're a face of modern India. From small village to Delhi is a big journey. It's a big journey.
Yeah,
And you have done it. So congratulations. Let's end
thank
it
you.
here today. I'll be back with another young person or an expert. Till then, bye everybody. Stay on. I want to talk to you offline.